Freedom. Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
And if you're just now tuning in, welcome into the Sit Down A Sports Entertainment Show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and on audio podcasts the following day. You are live here in the Sit Down with Sauce God, Rampart. We got Mo Down and Cody coming in at some point as well. So if you're just now getting in here with us, make sure you're following and subscribed with your notifications turned on so you never miss any of the live versions of this show. Of course, if you're unable to catch this live version, it is available via audio podcast, as I said, wherever you may get your podcast from. This show is presented by many sponsors, and we are going to get into the action of the Buffalo Bills as we are getting that much closer to the regular season beginning. Don't go anywhere just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be in here in just a few moments.
Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Let's get this over with. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's simple, baby. Buffalo Bills football is heck, all right? And we tell you something.
I'm gonna crack a cold one since it's the tailgate.
Ooh, ice cold, Mike. Let me tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are live here in the Sit Down with Sauce God, the sports and entertainment show.
I'm whipping the sauce, I'm tripping, of course, I want it all. All of my dogs be running with guard. Your mama, you're holding your pennies and bra. Cause when I get whipping the sauce, he taking it off. I'm dancing on tracks like stomping the yard. We keeping it quiet, we moving in signs, but now we starting to riot. Yeah, keeping my eye on the prize. I got me a queen, we riding like Bonnie and Clyde. Trips to Dubai, the way I be blessing, I'm destined for changing my decimals. Decibels hitting the wave and rapping incredible, splitting their head like a cantaloupe edible. Got me so high, I'm touching the sky. Of course, I give it my all. I'm whipping the sauce, kicking the door. But then we been here before. She ain't involved, well, she ain't involved. Taking my shot, even if down, we tying the score. Do your dance and now twist, don't stress, don't trip. Whipping sauce real quick, stay dripping, sipping on cognac. Real tea in my veins, where you find that? I'm whipping it, watch it get saucy. I'm twisting and mixing them, shaking them haters right off me.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're live in the Sit Down Sports Entertainment Show right here on Facebook Live. And also available via audio podcast where you can get your podcast the following day. I am your host, Sauce God, at Buffalo Sauce God across all the social media platforms. And I'm joined here with my co-host, Rampart. Let's start you off right now, brother. How you doing tonight on this wonderful Friday night? Nice sunny night here in Western New York.
One love, baby. That's how I'm doing tonight. So let's get after it tonight. You know, we got a week off of football season. I think we're going to be on a roll tonight, fellas. What do you say?
I'll tell you this much. I'm ready to rock and roll, and I know who else is ready to rock and roll. Coming back in for now his second consecutive show, Mr. Jason, a.k.a. Mo Down. How you doing on this Friday evening, Mo Down?
Doing excellent, man. Ready to go. I'm excited. I've been excited since the last one, so.
I'll tell you more this much. It's just whenever I'm going to get ready to talk football, that it gets me in this type of mood that not only am I excited, yes, but I'm also just ready to go. I'm ready to break down a lot of the stuff that we have because, hey, we did
freedom over fame. The cycle stays the
we
same.
saw some, decisions that had made that were incredibly tough, but we were able to retain some of those guys to practice squad. So we're going to talk about some of the people that came on the practice squad, as well as our depth chart, and much, much more right here. The Sit Down, a sports entertainment show, also presented by Duff's Famous Wings and BuffaloSauceGod.com. And this is presented by a multitude of sponsors over here throughout the show. We got plenty of segments ahead of us. You guys are going to see a little bit of a format coming from us here in the Sit Down. You'll see our show on Friday nights, but then we're also going to be live on game days to get everybody hyped up with your injury report, everything to go like that. Friday nights we're going to break down the highlights and everything like that as well. So hey, I'm absolutely ready to get into this. We are waiting for Kirby to come in because I'll tell you that Kirby's normally the guy that's going to do this segment right here. But I'm going to talk, and we're just going to go through it first. So on this day in sports history, which is something that we can talk a little bit about here in the Sit Down.
Cycle stays the same.
Let's see, we got a comment there from our guy Bobby. What's going on there, Bobby? How you doing? So here's one for you, fellas. 1905 Detroit Tigers future baseball Hall of Famer center fielder Ty Cobb makes his MLB debut, doubling off of Jack Chesbro in a 5-3 win over the New York Highlanders at Bennett Park in Detroit. I mean, that's fucking nuts, right? So also we've got a little piece of Yankees history. New York Highlanders Tom Hughes. Wait, no, that's not him. Which one did I have? Babe Ruth, I'm sorry. 1922 is thrown out of a game for the 5th time in the 1922 season. You got good old Jack Cobbs, who scores 316 not out. I don't know what the hell that's cricket. Yeah, that's cricket. I love when they throw cricket for fame. I have no idea. Here's one that I really wanted to highlight for you guys, though, because it is a little tribute to our guy, Kirby. I believe he went 6 for 6 on this day in 1983. 6 for 6 with 2 home runs. I mean, that's absolutely monstrous, right? So if you guys are just now tuning in, though, you're live here in the Sit Down, a sports entertainment show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, with Sauce Scott, Rampart, and Mow Down. And we've got tons packed for you in the show tonight. We're actually going to start it off with a little bit of, you'll see normally that Tyler will bring in the stats. You'll see Mow Down is going to have himself a little segment of the Mow Down injury report, as well as the Mow Down hits of the week, which I think you guys are going to be excited for that video. I already showed Jason that Mow Down's video. I think you liked what he saw. We're not going to reveal too much, but it's going to get Bills Mafia hyped every time because you see somebody that you hate getting destroyed every single time. That's as much as I can say, right? But basically, we're going to go into Sauce It Up. We're going to talk some of the highlights of last season. I'm going to narrate some of these highlights for y'all. Freedom over fame. Top plays last season. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
The cycle stays the same. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Wait, they have you muted. Damn it, you guys missed that. So Josh Allen here in week 1 against the Raiders. I'll tell you, weeks 1 through 4 were a little tricky until we got to week 4 against Miami, but Josh Allen completing his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. As he rolls out to his right, he's going to look downfield and fires for, number 14. He is to not be named. Stephon Diggs, of course, catching that touchdown. Let's go to week 2. Little Bills and Washington highlights. Josh Allen's got a man in his face. He rolls out to his right, looks downfield, throws an absolute bomb down. 1-3. Gabe Davis of the now Jacksonville Jaguars. No, actually, it was Stephon.
Freedom over fame.
Davis tailed him on the ass there. We got Josh Allen dropping back again, looking downfield, throws another bomb, and that time it's going to be Gabe Davis for the touchdown. So the Bills, weeks 1 through 4, man, their offense had some smoothness. But it was really week 4 that we saw the Bills really break into their offensive game. Josh Allen's a perfect quarterback rating against Miami, and that'll be up just after this one. But Josh Allen's going to break forward in the pocket, steps up, and what's he going to do? Run it. And he's going to lay it in. Josh Allen is an absolute monster. If you guys want to say that he's overrated in the media, you're going to hear something about that later on. So Josh, look at fires, boom. Now, you guys can also feel free to comment, Tyler and Jason. You've seen the Bills play against the Dolphins. What did you make of Josh Allen?
Real quick, Sauce, can we turn the music off in the background?
Oh, yeah, it's the music. Oh, no, it's the video.
There we go. That's what we like to hear. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good. It seems like the music might be overpowering us.
10-minute intro, buddy. Let's go.
The cycle stays the same. Freedom over something else.
Oh, man, dude. I think the Buffalo, and I'm excited for a pre-game show this year because honestly, man, we can really share our thoughts. And I think the Buffalo Bills and me and you and the fucking boys can fucking get after her. So I think let's go.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, you nailed it on the head there. I'm excited just to see what the Bills offensively are going to do this year. Without, the absence of Stephon Diggs is huge. We had him since 2020, and he was an absolute monster against Miami that day. 3 touchdowns, and also aiding in Josh Allen's perfect quarterback rating performance against, the Miami Dolphins fans talked a ton of shit last year. And then this game happened, and everything got very quiet. And I just wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Was it because, you got your ass kicked by your dad? Okay. So, here we are.
Okay, buddy, get grounded and go to
school. Right here.
Freedom over fame.
Beauty. And who's that?
That was the one that really set your gear off, man. That was it.
Freedom over fame.
Man, I thought you looked good the other night, man. I was like, man, I know I got to go to work tomorrow. But like, this game's on. So I was watching it, and dude, Travis Hunter looked like an absolute stud.
Oh, dude, his workload for fucking Colorado was nuts. I mean, like, he was just offensive and defense. Now, here's the play from James Cook.
The line looked good, though.
He was the superstar for this game, James Cook. You know what I mean?
Look at Dawson Knox in there, just giving it to him.
Look at this line push, guys. Look
this
at
is a team.
Now, here we go. Kansas City. Josh Allen, what's he going to do? He's going to get that push again.
Jalen Hurts, who? Yeah. Get in that shit.
Yeah. Now, here we go, fellas. One of the best plays I've ever seen a quarterback make. Right here. Look at this. If playing basketball and football, this is what you got.
That's
so
unreal.
Insane, dude.
Here we
Insane.
Freedom
get away from 3-point line.
I don't know.
Freedom over fame.
Where'd you guys go? Oh.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I had
I'm
that
just
so
saying,
out.
though, like, how can you ask for more better than that from a ball player? I mean, you got a guy out there who really loves it. You got a team. You got a guy like Sean McDermott. I mean, there's culture in the locker room. I think, it's tough to have that, man, because, you come through, they're building a new stadium, but the stadium's outdoors. So you know how tough that is? Like, we're trying to keep the culture to what it is, and that's what I'm all about, ladies and gentlemen, because this ain't no fucking throwaway game up in Rochester.
Exactly, and you heard fucking Rampart say it, and that's how he speaks. Look at that fucking Sabres jersey, by the way. Black and red, the go-ahead, because Tyler's ready to go. Rampart's ready to fucking go. He's hyped up, that's what we're talking about. And that's what we're trying to get you guys all ready to see, because hype is all what it's about, man. Positive vibes, nothing but energy. Right here in the Sit Down and Sports Entertainment Show, presented by BuffaloSauce.com, and also presented by the Big Tree Inn in Orchard Park, right near the stadium. One of my top-rated chicken wings of all fucking time, the Cajun Hot. Get them wet, get them crispy. You don't got to ask for them extra crispy. And hey, you might even run into a few of those players. Just saying. Hey, you really can't ask for much more. Mo Down, I'm going to go to you first on this next segment here, brother. We're going to talk about the defensive breakdown. We're going to talk about the defensive starters that the Bills are going to have. And we got to first look at the depth chart here. Let's play this video real fast. And let's get a little sound of what it's like on 3rd and long. Yes, let me tell you this. Mo Down, we got to first look at the defensive starters. Now, are you surprised to see the name Von Miller on the cycle stays the same?
Yeah, that is a little surprising, to be honest with you. I never really looked at that. Now that you see it, I mean, maybe he's still working in. I mean, obviously they're trying to push Epinesa. They just gave him a big contract, so it's not too surprising, but yeah, definitely a little surprising. But I think that'll be a great rotation right there, having him coming in. The three of them between Russo, Epinesa, and Miller, I think is going to be a monster trio.
You know that Sean McDermott loves to obviously rotate those defensive linemen quite a bit, but we see that our defensive backs, people were thinking that we lose Tre'Davious White, we lose Micah Hyde, we lose Jordan Poyer, that we are not going to be all right. We lose Matt Milano, we're not going to be all right. But of course, we know the big guy Buffalo Joe Andreessen, getting himself a chance to play for his hometown team. He made the 53-man roster. Rampart, we make the hometown kid getting his actual chance to fulfill his dream and play for the Buffalo Bills.
Sauce, buddy. I think personally, Khalil Elam is going to be huge this year. I think guys like that, you got Russo still in there. You got big-time players in Ed Oliver. So, I mean, you got Tremaine Johnson. I mean, you got players out there on that defense. They always talk about, the Ravens defense, Like, I get that, right? But at the same time, it's like Buffalo's always had a defense too. So I think that it's just time to get rocking and rolling. I think guys leaving like Hyde and Poyer's huge, because those are guys that not necessarily are good now, but they're good leaders, right? So, like, you know, you send a guy like Kyle Okposo down to Florida, and he wins the championship. I mean, I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? The Buffalo, I know Kyle Okposo is a fan. Listen, I understand that, right? It's fucking beautiful to see. I mean, it's Buffalo, New York, man. This ain't no game.
Buffalo, New York, we love you. And you guys are just now tuning in. Do us a favor, hit that like and share button. Join us here in the comment section. Live here with Sauce Scott, Rampart, and Modown here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and this is presented by Duff Smith Swings, BuffaloSauceScott.com. And we'll keep saying, turn the music down.
I don't even hear
music at this point.
That's all I can hear, man. I got tons of music.
It's all right. We got
music
12 man. It's everybody that's behind
There
us.
we go. Hey, everybody.
Okay, for some reason, yeah, that makes no sense how the music was literally just still going. I appreciate everybody for letting us know. For some reason,
There we
had
go.
the music still going. So,
Good.
overall, you know, the defense, and now just tuning in with us is our guy, Kirby. And
Hey.
Kirby, how you doing, brother? And, you know, what I said, John, this day in sports history, Kirby Puckett did what?
Okay, so he went 6 for 6 at bat, hit 2 home runs. Perfect game.
Yeah, that's absolutely fucking nuts. How's your Friday going, brother?
Say what now?
Let's go baseball.
I like this view much better. Kirby, glad you could join us here after work and just coming in now as our other co-host. And he's a Jags fan, everybody. He's not that bad. All right, he supports the Buffalo Bills. We actually just showed a highlight of Gabe Davis catching a touchdown pass for the Bills, so you missed out on that for what you might have in store for you now that you have T-Law throwing a 1-3 over there. And I'll just say this much, man. He can play. He's a great run blocker, and he's a great teammate. I think you guys got yourself a good one in Gabe Davis. Modown, what do you make of that? Losing Gabe Davis to the Jaguars.
He's going to fit in their number 2 immediately. I mean, that's a huge pickup for those guys, big time.
Kirby, who was your number 1?
Who's my number 1? Like wide receiver?
Not in the league, like the Jaguars.
No, for the Jags.
So for number 1 for the Jags, I think BTJ is going to be Trevor's main go-to guy. To be honest, early prediction, I got a feeling that he's just going to, you know, explode, and he's going to shoot up to be the number 1 wide receiver. Kirk will be 2, and then Gabe will probably be a solid 3. Probably even more productive than, say, Zay Jones, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, though. 3 years, $39 million, you guys are paying him a decent chunk of money. He's definitely got to be higher than number 3. I mean, I'd honestly be surprised. And Modown, maybe in Tyler, you might even attest to this, too. There's a chance he could grow into the number 1. I always felt that if Stephon Diggs wasn't here, he could have been the number 1 receiver at some point. Tyler, what do you got?
That's a wonderful understatement. I mean, oh, man, dude, the league's so interesting now, right? Because you got so much talent all spread around, you know. You got guys like Vandal Scantling going down. I mean, that's huge for the Buffalo Bills because I think he was going to come in here with Curtis Samuel, and I think they were going to be unphenomenal. I mean, dude, Gabe Davis, to me, if we knew what was going on with Diggs beforehand, I think that Gabe Davis should have got a bet up. You know what I mean? Because he's that player like that Larry Fitz. He's going to block. He's your good number 1, man. That's why he asked you that question. It was kind of a trick question because, you know, he learned from Stephon Diggs. You telling me you're going to work and you ain't learning? Come on, man. He knows what it takes to get fired up. So let's go.
Speaking of getting fired up, man, the Wings Over Batavia show is currently flying in. I'm hearing fucking supersonic booms overhead right now. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are going to get yourself some supersonic flight. Fucking Mach 10 up in this bitch right here in the sit down. Presented by BuffaloSauceGuy.com. Duff Smith Wings. Also sponsored by Big Tree Inn, Louis Bar and Attica, and much more. Zuba 716 Sports Card and Memorabilia Store, Sports Memorabilia and Trading Card Store. Modown, real fast before we get into the offensive starters for the Bills. Talk to us about Zuba 716. I had a lot of people commenting. Where is it? What's going on at that store?
Yeah, of course, man. That's a business. That's where I'm broadcasting here from. It's a shop I've owned for almost 4 years now. It's called Zuba Zone 716. I'm on. It's 5872 Transit Road in Depew. right on the way to the Bills game. If you're coming in from the Rochester area, you cruise right down Transit Road, you come right by. I'm usually open game days too. Open 6 days a week, and we do sports cards, we do memorabilia, autographs, you name it, all Buffalo items. And, we sprinkle in some other stuff here and there, but I buy, sell, trade, always down for whatever, try to keep an open mind, man.
I can tell you this much. He's definitely got something going on, sports memorabilia and trading card wise, from everything I've seen. And you're loaded up. If you're a Bills fan, you're a fan of Buffalo, you can't go wrong by stopping in the Zuba 716 store. So appreciate that, Modown. And appreciate everybody so far for your comments. Keep those comments flowing in. Hit that like and share if you haven't already done so. We're going to break down the offensive starters for the Buffalo Bills here with myself, the Sauce God, at Buffalo Sauce God across the social medias, Instagram. You also got me on X. You also got me on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got your notifications turned on and all that stuff. I got Rampart here with me, the best damn hockey player in the world on the video games. It don't matter. Rampart knows what he's doing. I'll tell you what, this guy should be coaching the fucking Sabres. You got Mo down here with me as well. And also now joining here with us on this wonderful Friday night here in the sit down is our guy Kirby, our Jags affiliate, and also just an overall good guy who can relate to some common folk up here in Western New York. So let's play this video next, fellas, of the victory formation and break down the offensive starters for the Bills, because I'll tell you, there was a couple shocking moves, I think, in a sense, but I think the offense is ready to go. So here's the guys that we released, right? And we're going to break down the offense here in victory formation. And, we saw Frank Gore Jr. get cut. We saw KJ Hamler get cut. KJ Hamler had a touchdown in this last preseason game for the Buffalo Bills. It sucks to see a guy like that who was, I believe, a first-round pick at some point. Just can't seem to stay healthy enough with teams and can't seem to find his way onto a roster. But I believe one of the other ones that was kind of shocking to me was Cameron Klein. I thought maybe he had a chance to make the active roster. Justin Shorter was a little bit of a surprise as well, but it's just a team that we have loaded up with so much depth, and I think that's a good problem to have. So our offensive starters is looking a little something like this, fellas. Now, you see that we've got Josh, obviously. We've got Mitch Trubisky, and we have Shane Buechele. We got James Cook. We got Ray Davis. We got Ty Johnson. We also have the guy Evans on IR, which that happens with players. We got Khalil Shakir. We got Matt Collins. We also have Keon Coleman. We have MVS. We also have Curtis Samuel. And MVS and Curtis Samuel at this moment, Bills Mafia, are looking good to go for week 1, so that's a good sign. We have Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Quentin Morris as well at the tight end position. Good old fucking Reggie Gilliam getting a back shoulder fade toss his way once in a fucking while at the fullback position, which I didn't even
Reggie
know
Gilliam.
Yeah.
Fucking Mike Allstott in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then we also have our offensive linemen, which is a good thing because these guys have been playing next to one another for quite some time.
Deion Dawkins.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that's ready to fucking go. So overall, I think the one that was just a little not shocking was the Frank Gore Jr. I mean, because he did have such a great preseason. Yeah. He does have a father who was in the NFL. So let's start with Kirby on this one, because obviously you are a guy that talked about how he was a steal for getting him undrafted. Kirby, we did retain him to the practice squad, though. In fact, let me just show that graphic real fast before we keep going. This is the practice squad. We were able to get Mike White, former Dolphins and Jets quarterback, Frank Gore Jr., Deion Kane, which I saw a couple good things from him as well. KJ Hamler came back to the practice squad. That's good. We got Tyrell Shavers back. Overall,
Zach Davis.
Cameron Klein came back on the defensive end. So let's talk to Kirby on this one. Frank Gore Jr. is not going to be on the active roster. What do you make of Buffalo having James Cook, Ty Johnson, and Ray Davis?
Well, I had some bold takes last week. I'll tell you that much. It went completely the opposite of what I thought was going to happen. But let me tell you, you got a solid young guy at running back on that practice squad. He should be able to prove himself. I mean, obviously, at any given time, he could step up and be on the roster. I mean, of course, he could get snatched up too. Who knows? But I just think he's a solid player, and you guys, you got to make use of him while you have him.
I think,
but you guys like Khalil Shakir that I think are going to have huge years this years. I mean, man, dude, that guy was a heck of a player. Talking about learning from Stephon Diggs, I think he actually learned from Stephon Diggs. So listen, in Jacksonville, you guys can step with that Gabe Davis. We'll play the game when we get here, and let's get after it, boys.
For sure.
Into that. Yeah, I agree. And I will say, I think Keon Coleman, we're talking about
Florida
wide
boy.
receivers. We're talking about Khalil Shakir. I think you guys have a superstar at wide receiver with him. I watch a lot of Florida State games. I live in Florida. My little brother is a Florida State fan. That guy is an athletic freak. Jump balls, diving balls. I mean, he's gonna catch them all.
I mean, he's big, and his attitude is just where you want it to be for a guy that's going to have to come in and replace him. Listen,
And
he doesn't have to be the number one receiver in the league. Okay, he's
No.
just got to be better than Stephon Diggs. It's the way that we look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
See,
ultimately,
I love that because he's willing to work with like Andre Reed. I mean, that's unreal of a talent
paying
to learn
homage
from.
to
So,
the fucking culture
hey,
of Buffalo.
that's why
itself.
we them boys. Because listen, we gonna figure it out.
And I love that because that's something that says he obviously understands the players that were here before him, and he respects those guys. Because I mean, Andre Reed came out and said that he was the only guy to ever like reach out to him. You know what I mean? Like that says something to me. But then you got Khalil Shakir working with Eric Moulds. You have obviously the combination of Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox at tight end. That's a proven chemistry as well. It's just that this offense is, I think, well balanced. And I'm going to say this for all the people out there that want to talk about that, you know, Stephon Diggs, we don't have him. It's going to be a down year for Josh. Tell me, Mo Down, do you agree with me on this take? Do the Bills have more of a balanced offense now than they have in the previous 4 years?
Tenfold, no doubt about it. That's the best thing that I'm looking forward to on the offense. And with Brady, with the play calling he showed, man, this offense is going to be spread out. He's going to be 6-7 different players catching passes each game. Got great running backs coming out of the backfield. I think it's going to be a sneaky good offense that nobody's expecting because of so much changeover. Losing those two guys off the top, and then but bringing in Coleman and bringing in Samuel and all these dudes, I think it's going to be an easy transition. It's going to open things up. You don't have a diva now. You got guys that are going to be hungry and they're going to want to make the extra yards, not dance around and do nothing. And I'm super looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great offense.
I think that Joe Brady is the guy for this type of offense. I mean, we saw last year that the offense had to change somehow, and it wasn't by getting Josh Allen to play more Superman ball. It was by utilizing the talent that he had available to him. And I think that you have the combination of James Cook and Ty Johnson. It's a great running back, great backfield to have. I mean, we all know that. Then you have Josh Allen, who was allowed to start running the football more last year, which was a big difference for us. Then you have his two tight ends, and Dalton Kincaid catches everything. And Dalton Kincaid also throws chonkers of Zin in. So I'm all about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's got Josh with the Zin. But I think just the Keon Coleman thing is such a nice addition because he's the big body. And that's why they paired it up with guys like Justin Shorter. MVS is a taller guy as well. So the Bills obviously have some type of identity that they want to achieve offensively. And I know everybody's talking about we didn't see much of that preseason. It does not matter. It's fucking preseason. Don't fucking forget it. Okay?
That's the point.
You know what I'm saying? You cheat throws you right here in the sit down, presented by Duff, Smith Wings, BuffaloSauceGuy.com. Louis Bar in Attica, Big Tree Inn, and of course, Zuba 716 Sports Memorabilia and Trading Card Store, right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and available via audio podcast the following day with myself, the Sauce God Rampart, and we got Mo Down and Kirby here as well. So don't go
Remember,
anywhere, guys.
medium
we
is
have tons
hot.
more to talk about. What do you got there? What are you saying there, Rampart?
Remember, the medium is hot.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't forget it, Ducks. That fucking medium is hot, all right? You know what I'm saying? You don't got to ask for them extra crispy. If you don't go to the one on Sheridan Drive, you're on your own. They're all fucking amazing, but the one on Sheridan Drive, tell Joe Duff that fucking sauce set you. But I'll tell you this, fellas, because here's an honest take. I got to bring it up because obviously I got myself a little bit of a big event tomorrow. So we'll just talk about this for a moment. I'm pumped. Last year I got a chance to be featured in the National Chicken Wing Festival in their celebrity sauce cook-off on stage. However, the event had to be canceled just before I went on because there was an injury. Somebody got hit with a hot plate, I guess, in the event before me. And I don't thank you. But this year I got invited back. Now this year I'm pumped because last year I had to incorporate sriracha into it. Okay. I love sriracha, but I'm not a big sriracha kind of wing. I'm not a big Asian zing kind of flavor in my chicken wings. It's just personal preference. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But this year I'm making my own fucking sauce. So I figured while we're live, I might as well go ahead and share the recipe with y'all because if anybody's not watching this, they're going to lose out because I'm giving them all the fucking tips to beat me in the contest tomorrow, which, I got to take away the gold. So hold on, fellas. Give me 2 seconds. Let me grab that. All right. So my personal favorite chicken wing sauce. All right. This is my signature sauce. And this is just, you have to use Frank's. So I'm not making it from scratch. Okay. I don't have the fucking pepper. I don't have a fucking farm. I don't got none of that shit. Okay. But you're going to melt a half a stick of butter or more, depending on how many wings you got and if you want to lessen the heat a little bit. If you want to lessen the heat, put more butter. Simple as that. I don't understand why people outside of Western New York don't know you fucking mix the butter with a hot sauce. Boom, you got a chicken wing. Mix in fresh minced garlic. When I say minced garlic, I mean freshly chopped garlic. I don't mean the stuff that you get in a fucking jar. It's got that weird taste to it. Don't do that. You do that, I'm going to fucking smack you. You mix in some garlic powder, garlic salt, and lemon pepper. Lemon pepper is the fucking key here, okay?
Nice.
It's also the key with the garlic because there's no such thing as too much garlic, all right? You mix in a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of chevettas. You can add more chevettas depending on what you think of the taste that it kind of gives to it.
This
all right?
is interesting.
You gotta throw chevettas in. Western New York fucking favorite, right?
Okay.
Add as much hot sauce as you wish. And I usually put maybe if I'm serving about 30 wings, I'd say maybe about a whole bottle of hot sauce. Almost. And maybe less, depends. Because obviously I like them saucy. Now, add in cayenne pepper as much as you need if you want more heat, because I like my shit hot. I like it stinging and I like the tang. Kirby looks like a guy that fucking could eat some hot wings right now. So does Modown. We don't see Rampart, but I know he can polish some wings. He went to Gabe's with me one night. Here's a little secret, though. And I'm not going to tell you guys what the secret is, but there is a fire blend of spices that I have that goes into it, and it provides this flavor and heat to it that I just I cannot emphasize enough. Throw lemon pepper on the wings. I hear an F-22 Raptor flying by the way. I fucking love it. I don't even have to see the plane to know what plane it is. That's how much I know about fucking military jets. That's how much useless knowledge I got up here. But anyways, you throw the lemon pepper on the wings. It crispens them up real nice. Okay, you're going to get a little bit more of that lemon pepper flavor. And then I always like to add a little bit of Old Bay seasoning, and you get the Cajun taste. But the Old Bay with the lemon pepper and the butter garlic, it blends so well that you can use it with anything chicken. You can use it with anything seafood. So that right there is the Sauce God's signature sauce. I like to call it the Buffalo lemon pepper butter garlic. And I've had several people try it. My girlfriend fucking loves it. It is phenomenal. I'm not even just saying that. I'm humble. You guys know that. But it is definitely phenomenal. So you guys go a little secret from the Sauce God here.
What time are you going to be out there? What time can we come and see you?
Well, I will be on stage at 1 p.m. on the field, the actual football field. And that will be, so 1 p.m. But also another incentive, if you don't want to just meet me and see me, and if I'm not a big enough deal for y'all, Greg Rousseau will be there from 2 to 4 p.m. Buffalo Bills defensive end, Groot, 6'7", which I hope I get a chance to stand next to him because that guy's going to be fucking tall as shit compared to me. So that'll happen as well. So, yeah, come check out the National Chicken Wing Festival tomorrow. Let me tell you, if you guys have not been, it is a lot going on. But you got a place from fucking Iceland making chicken wings, and they were fucking good. I had a cinnamon toast crunch flavored wing last year. Blew my fucking mind. Took tons of videos. I even did the one dab challenge with the hot ones from YouTube, and that was interesting. Didn't compare to Duff's death sauce though. So if you guys are just now tuning in, I just gave you guys a little secret recipe from the Sauce Guy right here and the Sit Down a Sports Entertainment Show on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. I'm here with Modown, Kirby, and Rampart with the hat backwards now, baby. Rampart, I know you got your segment coming up here, but we do have a little bit more in front of you guys. We still have a jam-packed show right here. So I'm going to start with you, Rampart. The game book MVP of the game is something you guys will see on our Friday night show, but I'm going to give you right now. Outside of Josh Allen, Rampart, who is going to be the Bills' offensive MVP this year?
Oh, man, that's a tough one because I think it's going to be a more spread out game. So how can it not be Josh Allen? You know what I mean? Because
outside of it, though, I mean, obviously we know Josh is the MVP every fucking year. You know what I'm saying? So is it who's going to be the next? Is it Keon
Who's
Coleman?
the co-pilot?
Kincaid?
That kid, in my opinion.
I think
Just
it's
me though.
It's going to be Deion Dawkins, dude. I mean, that's huge to just name that off because that's a guy that I think could, because he loves Buffalo. He's a guy I see all the time. I mean, he doesn't hide from anybody. He's not nervous to meet you. This is real life people. So I think if Josh Allen is going to have a buddy, I think it's that.
I like that take because, hey, obviously you don't see left tackle statistics, but you do see if Josh Allen gets sacked. You do see if he has time to throw the ball. And if we have a protected Josh Allen, that's dangerous. Because if he has time to make decisions, then he's got time to get outside the pocket. That's when he's at his fucking best. Is when he's got the time and he's not being forced into situations. And I believe that that's definitely going to be something vital to his success. Kirby, let's go to you. Obviously a Jags fan. You know, you're on the outside looking in. Is Keon Coleman your pick for the Bills offensive MVP behind Josh Allen?
I think he will be. I think he'll they say the talent rises to the top. I kind of explained this the last time around, and it's just not my take. This is just a widely common thought. The talent always rises to the top. And I think that, Khalil Shakir is a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to crap on the guy at all. But I think Keon Coleman, I've just watched those college games, like I said, with my younger brother, enough to know that, dude, this guy has a massive wingspan. He's going to go after those jump balls. He's going to be like a solid, maybe even a better like Mike Evans type player for you guys.
I like what your take is there, Kirby, honestly. And, I'm going to get Modown's pick here next, but you said the talent rises to the top. I got to do it. I'm the cream of the crop there, brother. And I'm going to be here live in the sit down because I'm much better. I had to do that real fast. Modown, who is your pick for the Bills offensive MVP this year outside of Josh Allen?
I'd like it to be Coleman. Obviously, we're hoping he's going to be that revelation, and we finally nailed it. I think Kincaid's going to be a huge part, really. All the different receivers now, I think that's going to spread the field and leave him open a lot. So I think Kincaid is who I would probably roll with. But ultimately, I hope it's going to be Coleman, man. I really want us to hit on a number one receiver and have that kid become, a number one receiver.
Why get a number one receiver when you got Reggie fucking Gilliam? When you can throw him a back shoulder fade, Ken Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? Fucking get Reggie Gilliam out there who hasn't fucking passed or ran the ball in fucking 18 years. See if he can get some hands on those fucking feet. You know what I'm saying? No, my offensive pick for the Buffalo Bills this year, it's definitely going to be Khalil Shakir. I think after what we saw rise from him, I mean, obviously Kincaid's going to eat. I think so, but the only thing that makes me hesitant to say Kincaid is you still have Dawson Knox who can eat. And I mean, and when Dalton Kincaid came in, I think it elevated his level of play that much more. You know what I'm saying? I really think it's Khalil Shakir because what he did in the same span of games last year, Stephon Diggs, I've shared the graphic. We all know it. I don't need to say it again. He was productive, and he's a guy that can go up there and get the football, and he's not a big guy. But you've seen in the past, sometimes slot receivers are truly the cream of the crop. I mean, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, those guys were pivotal to Tom Brady's success. Wes Welker with Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like, those kind of guys are exactly what you need to just fit in those gaps. And I don't know. I think Khalil Shakir blends with Josh Allen so well. He's going to be coming into year 3, so he's a little bit more of a veteran now. I like what I'm going to see from Khalil Shakir. I think that he is, especially last year, people were wondering if he was even going to be on the active roster.
Where do you think they're going to run him? Where do you think they're going to position him, though? Or is he going to be on the outside or running in the slot?
I think everywhere for Khalil Shakir, right? Because he's kind of like that Weapon X. You kind of let him do what he roams and, figure it out as you go. Like,
isn't that what Samuel was brought in?
I think that there needs to be some offensive creativity here. I mean, there's nobody even moving around in the Jones. I mean, who's going on? I mean, you gotta hand it off. You gotta play with him. Because at what he's going to do to defenses is make them worried. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, you got to play him. He's in your division. You got guys out there like, CJ Mosley. He's seen everything. So, I mean, you got to kind of figure it out as you go, but you have to play football at the end of the day. If you don't play any football, and this is preseason talk, boys, if you don't play any football, you're not going to win any games. So you have to use him like a guy. You can't just, and then when it comes time, help him out. I mean, you got to be a functioning unit as a football team. Well-oiled machine.
So overall, I think the offense is put together well. We have Joe Brady now, and we've seen some success with him. We see a lot more of a content Josh Allen, who has been very dedicated in the offseason, by the way. I know people say, you say that every single year. He's actually trimmed down and lost a little bit of weight. Not that he needed to. And have you seen the guy wear shorts? Come on. but he credits to some of his trimming it down to Zim. And I definitely give him some, throwing in the chakras. If you're a kid, though, watching, man, don't throw in tobacco dips. It's bad for you, and it's not fucking worth it. Don't throw in any of that nicotine shit. Just stay away from it. But if you're just now tuning in, you're live here on the Sit Down, a sports entertainment show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and also available via audio podcast the following day, wherever you may get your podcast from. And this is the Sauce God at Buffalo Sauce God across the social media platforms. Make sure those notifications are turned on so you don't miss the live versions of the Sit Down or any of the content or updates for your beloved Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Sabres, and Buffalo Sports, and all things sports and entertainment. You're here with Sauce God, Rampart, Modown, and Kirby, and we are still here on the show. We got plenty more ahead for you guys, and this next segment is going to be a little something different. You know what I mean? You guys have heard me go off on negatives before, like Nick Wright, Stephen A. Smith, fucking anybody not named Mike Greenberg over there at ESPN. Basically, this right here is going to give us all four a chance to go off on the negatives. Now, Kirby, obviously you're a Jags fan. You don't got to make this Bills related. You have a lot of people talking shit in your division about, the Jags aren't going to finish first. They got to come, they got the Texans, they got the Colts. You're going to get your chance, too, to sound off and get your team absolutely fired up and hyped up. So let's start it off with Rampart here, brother, because I know Rampart's itching. Rampart, how are you going to stir the sauce tonight?
Listen, buddy, you're my brother. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we got each other. So listen, I'm going to let you Cajun that shit, whatever you got to fucking do to mix up the old pot, Scott. But listen, buddy, we're going to get fucking going, buddy.
I fucking love it. Now, Modown, go ahead, brother. Tear up on the negatives that you hear about the Buffalo Bills or anything out there in the naysayers. What do you got to say to stir the sauce?
I just don't be talking shit about the offense, man. The people want to put it down and be afraid of it, but or don't think they're going to be afraid of it. But I think it's coming. I think it's going to be vicious. I think it's going to be a high-powered offense, and that's it, man. I think it's going to be huge.
I love it. Kirby, your chance here, brother. Obviously, people are talking, like I said, the Texans are going to be the fucking number one. The Colts got Anthony Richardson. I mean, this and that. Like, Anthony Richardson hasn't played a game, it feels like. Kirby, what do you got to say to the haters and naysayers, and how are you going to stir the sauce tonight?
Look at the offensive roster. Look at the defensive roster. Offensive line is really my only, like I said, my only critique of our offense and as a team. I think we're good all around defensively. We got guys who will step up when it's their turn to step up, when they have the opportunity to step up. I don't know, man. I just feel confident. I feel like Trevor's going to be calm and cool in the pocket. He has a lot of weapons he can throw to. I think this is going to be like a pinnacle year for Trevor. I think this is a step in the right direction offensively for us as a team. The passing game is going to be wild. I mean, we still have Evan Ingram too, and you saw what he did in preseason. And then you look at the wide receiver room, and you're just like, wow. Now, I can't wait to see it in action, on the field, on a real game day. You know what I mean? I'm excited, man. I think we make the playoffs. I think we're a competitive team, and it's all up from here, man.
I think a big difference is you add a guy like Gabe Davis to those Jaguars who has a good amount of playoff experience. Every year he's been with the Bills, he's been in the playoffs. And also he has had some incredibly big games in the playoffs, Kirby. But something that Gabe Davis does really better than a lot of receivers in the NFL is his run blocking. I'm telling you, it was a big difference maker. He didn't get the fucking ball thrown his way once in one of our games, Kirby, and he legit got the game ball because he was out there fucking run blocking, and he performed his role without a fucking peep. I'd rather have a guy like that on my team than with what I think I've come to learn about Stephon Diggs. I'm just saying.
Do the Jags have a running back?
Yeah,
they got Travis Etienne. They got Tank. You guys still got Tank Bigsby, right?
So, yeah, he's the backup, obviously. We'll utilize him more this year. He got off a little bit of a rusty start. Yep. But Etienne, I mean, I think it was like 267 attempts last year. An insane amount. We definitely utilized him exactly the way that we should. I mean, he is a bell cow running back. He's quick. He's shifty.
Georgia guy.
He can catch the ball.
That's my guy.
I like him. I like him a lot.
So, real fast, also joining us on the show is Mr. 12 Gauge, our producer, a long-time Game Book Vice President right here in the show with us. And he will be backstage producing and making sure that we are up to date on our videos and stuff like that and our future shows. But 12 Gauge, Tell the folks out there how hyped you are for the Buffalo Bills right now, and then we'll let you go back to backstage.
Well, this season I'm really hyped for this season, and really pumped. Really pumped,
There's a
Sauce.
lot of reason to be pumped up. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys are just now tuning in, you're live here with Sauce God Rampart. You're also live here with Mo Down and Kirby and our producer 12 Gauge on stage, who's always never got any rage. But I'll tell you what, if we can get a goal, it might be by the name of Tage. You're live here in the sit down presented by Dustin Swings, BuffaloSauceGuy.com, the home of Sauce God merch, home of sit down merchandise as well, and also home of your Buffalo Bills content. Make sure you're following, like, subscribe with notifications turned on. Now it's time for me to stir the sauce, because I'll tell you this much, man. I have heard the dumbest fucking take in sports this week, and I don't know how no one said it yet. Josh Allen was voted as the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Now, if you call playoff appearances in each one of his but 1 year, years as a starter for the Buffalo Bills, do you equate him having a 29-4 touchdown? I think it's something like 29-4, 30-something-4 touchdown to interception ratio. I saw somebody say that Josh Allen chokes in big games. I'm sorry. Have you been watching? No, you haven't, because Josh Allen has yet to fucking choke in a big game. Okay, go back to 2019 against the Houston Texans. He does the little fucking lateral play, and everyone's wondering, what's that bonehead play? Number one, if that play goes for a fucking touchdown, everybody's going to say what a fucking genius he is. Pat Mahomes gets that backward behind the back pass intercepted. Everyone's going to call him a dumbass, right? No. Josh Allen has literally been at points flawless in the postseason. Go back to 2021. His defense let him down. He had been let down by his receivers, drop passes. I can't even begin to tell you that, yes, there are times that Josh Allen is clearly a big part of why we've lost games, but you lose games as a team. But there are so many games that I've watched that we didn't lose because of Josh Allen. We lost either because of coaching, defense, a fucking mistake here and there. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. It starts with the fucking top down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to call my guy who eats fucking 40 chicken wings at Barbell Tavern like it's nobody's fucking business overrated when he stiff arms, he saw Aaron Donald, people like Geno Smith go, run. Josh Allen thinks, I'm going to fucking stiff arm this fucking dude and cut him with a knife and then run. Like, that's just what I'm talking about. My guy is not overrated. If anything, Josh's response was also something that I was really proud to see. He said, so basically I've been voted the best trash talker in the NFL. And that's something that he definitely does. Chris Jones of the Chiefs has said, Josh Allen, he'll talk shit to you. He will. He loves it. He loves it. When he gets hit, he fucking giggles. That's just psychotic, man. If I was literally like Lawrence Taylor and I heard Josh Allen giggle when I hit him, I might rethink how bad of a man I really am. You know what I'm saying? I might rethink of it. If I'm Mike Tyson and Josh Allen giggles when I punch him, I'm going to rethink my manhood for a second. You know what I'm saying? That's all So anybody out there that wants to say Josh Allen's overrated, you're either just a hater, you're envious because you don't have our fucking quarterback. Because I'll tell you this much. I guarantee probably about, I'm not going to say 31 other teams. I'd say probably about 27 other teams would probably right now say that I would rather have Josh Allen as quarterback. And then there's probably guys that, they have Joe Burrow, but it might not be bad to have Josh. He runs. I have Lamar Jackson. Well,
but no hate to Joe Burrow, man. I think that guy's insane. I think he's a good player too. I mean, to go into LSU and run that SEC, I mean, come on, man. You can't. That's a dominant program. Let's go, boys. I think
hey, guys, we have our next segment coming up here, and it's going to be our we've done this once on the show, but if you guys, all you guys right there, if you have a pen and paper handy, I want you to be able to write down answers, and I'm going to ask you guys all trivia questions. We're going to play a little what's called First and Goal, something that we're going to be doing on the show Friday nights. The first to 7 correct answers will win, and each one of you that wins will get a chance. I'm sure you guys have all seen Around the Horn on ESPN. They get a little FaceTime afterwards. You can talk shit. You can promote your business. You can promote your fucking Facebook page. You can promote whatever the fuck you want. It's your time. FaceTime for 30 seconds. Perry's Ice Cream.
Western right on ice cream, bro?
Perry's Ice Cream itself.
Let's go, boys. We gotta eat ice cream.
Let's get into this right here, fellas. This is going to be First and Goal. And we're going to play a little trivia. I've got some questions for you guys. It's not just Bills related. It is NFL related in general. So let's go ahead. And you guys out there in the comments, feel free to join in as well. Gage, feel free to play some sound effects in the background if you want. just make sure that you stop it after you play it, because I did not stop it earlier and people could not hear me, and that was just hilarious. So 1st and goal, and we are looking to score. First and goal, NFL and Bills trivia right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live in the sit down. This is presented by Louis Bar and Attica. Stop on in to Louis, home of one of the best weck and wing combos in Western New York. And I'll tell you this much, one of the favorite wings I've ever had. They were fucking cold because they had already, like, I got there late, okay? It was like 1 a.m. And they're like, we're not cooking no more, but we still have some. And I ate a cold wing, and honestly, it brought me back to life. That's the kind of chicken wings they got over at Louis Bar and Attica. Check them out. Tell Chad.
Nothing wrong with cold wings.
That's an old log cabin style.
Ain't nothing wrong with cold wings.
They're fucking good. I'm telling fellas. I'm not even just saying it because they're a spot. I mean, like, legitimately, I wouldn't have them as a sponsor if they weren't good. Chad, the owner of the bar, good dude. Tell him Sauce God sent you, and he would definitely probably tell that guy to
some
go
cold
fuck
wings.
off.
Perfect.
So let's play some trivia here, fellas. You know, I'm excited about this because it's a chance for you guys to look really smart or look really dumb, or yeah. I mean, you guys all look really smart, really dumb, but I look really dumb and really smart sometimes, so it's not that bad for you guys over there. You know what I'm saying?
As long as we look good while doing it. As long as we look good while doing it.
Here we got ourselves a trivia game, and we're going to talk. This one is to start off with question number 1. I don't want you guys all stealing each other's answers, so let's go. Who was the first NFL quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards?
Trevor Lawrence.
Aaron Hernandez. No,
Only in the prison league.
Okay, so I'm going to guess.
All right, hold on. You guys all got your answers ready? All right, let's start with Kirby.
Dadgummit, man, I'm taking a wild guess.
Dan Marino.
Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach, good guess. What do you got, Jason?
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Troy Aikman.
All right, all you guys are fucking way wrong.
Ian Book.
Am I in the right era?
Kirby's way more in the right era than you guys are.
Okay.
Ronnie James.
The first NFL quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards, Broadway Joe Namath of the New Jersey Jets.
Love that, dude.
Long time ago, when you hear
Third
that,
Super Bowl
that wasn't a time where it was a passing league. It was a run-heavy league. So for Joe Namath to throw 4,000 yards back then, he must have been fucking getting boozed up a lot. Other than the Chicago Bears, what other current NFL team existed since its founding year in 1920?
New England Patriots.
Cardinals.
What do you got?
Chiefs.
Guys, just give me your answers.
Oh man. The Washington Redskins.
Cardinals.
That's what I heard.
The only one that is correct is the guy you can't even see. 12 gauge knows the correct answer. The Arizona Cardinals.
Damn.
Let's go. That's where.
See, my second answer, my real answer was the Packers, to be honest.
See, and that's crazy.
I was going to say the Colts too, though.
Yeah.
Could have been
So,
the
all right,
Colts.
here we go. Who was the first NFL player to return a punt for a touchdown in his NFL debut?
Deion Sanders.
Modown?
I have no idea.
Dante Hall.
Kirby?
I was going to say maybe Rocket Ishmael or something like that.
Hold
Reggie
on, I'm
Bush.
writing it out. Don't mind my alien handwriting, and it's backwards. Devin Hester?
All good answers, but the only one correct is Rampart with Deion Sanders. Primetime Deion Sanders fucking coached himself to a win
Nice.
last night. Fucking got a little lucky there.
One finger.
He's
Who has
using
the longest
ChatGPT or something. I think he's using ChatGPT.
Yeah, he's definitely using AI. Who has the longest run in Super Bowl history?
Like handoff run?
Yep.
Rashard Mendenhall.
It's actually a good guess, Tyler, but
Yeah,
I'm going Emmitt Smith.
I'm going to go James White. I don't
Willie
know.
Parker of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, I had the team though.
That's what I'm saying. You were at least somewhat close. Rashard Mendenhall just humped the guy. That's all. What NFC West Division team became the first ever to win a division with a losing record in 2010? Rampart probably knows this one.
Seahawks.
The Atlanta Falcons.
I got 2 answers so far. Mo now.
Shitbird.
What was the question again?
What NFC West Division team became the first ever to win a division with a losing record in 2010?
Right now, I got nothing.
Rams?
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Philadelphia Eagles.
No. NFC West Division. You guys are
NFC
all-
West.
Gage got it right. Seahawks.
Gage has always got it right.
And by the way,
Miami
that's
Dolphins.
because the Seahawks beat the Saints, and Marshawn Lynch had probably one of the most
Yeah, thanks for
incredible
that.
runs in NFL history.
Yep, I understand. Okay, and then he did it again. Okay.
I had to do that one just for you, Rampart. All right, so let's keep it going, fellas. So obviously, you guys are all. I did pick really
We
hard
suck.
trivia questions. I wanted to see
Dude,
if I could get you
cheated
guys
twice
all stumped.
by the ref.
But I knew
I
that if
wouldn't like-
Gage showed up for the show, that Gage would be absolutely on fire because Gage is like he's the fucking guru for this kind
Yeah,
of shit.
but he can go out to the water boy and he'll
This
be
is a
just
good one.
fine.
What skill position is the only one not to produce a Super Bowl MVP?
San Diego Chargers.
You guys don't mind, Tyler.
Center.
What skill position is the only one to not have an NFL Super Bowl MVP?
Kicker.
Scott, you want to see something funny?
Right tackle.
Skill position. Tight end.
Really?
What?
No tight
What?
ends have ever
But
been
I'm
in Super
thinking
Bowl.
Charles
You've
Clay.
You've had quarterbacks, running backs, and receivers definitely, but you've never, ever had a tight end as a Super Bowl MVP. Not even Travis Kelce.
But
All right,
I
well,
fucking
what-
I
not
don't
even
think I'm
Ramsey.
wrong, though. I don't think I'm wrong with kicker. It's probably still correct, right?
I honestly
Jimmy
think
Graham.
that there's a chance maybe Adam Vinatieri won a Super Bowl MVP.
Listen, Pat Mahomes said, "Get the fucking ball away from me." Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's keep it going, fellas. Which non-kicker has scored the most career points in Super Bowl history?
I like how you said that. Non-kicker. Percy Harvin.
Brady.
Anybody? He played in the 80s and 90s. I'll tell you that much. And I think he even played in the early
Jerry
2000s.
Rice.
O.J. Simpson.
Montana.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is the right answer. I honestly, all the wrong answers haven't been wrong answers, though. They've been fucking very right answers. O.J. Simpson, yeah.
Thanks.
I fucking love that.
I
Let's
got
keep it
Aaron
going.
Hernandez as a guest. On one of these answers.
Aaron Hernandez is still playing. He's still
He's
active.
the real Florida man. In case you guys didn't know.
All right, here we
Real
go, fellas.
Florida man. Get out
Who
of here.
was picked with the first pick in the 2010 draft by the St. Louis Rams?
Oh, who's Steven Jackson? I know who it is now because of your fucking
Aaron Donald.
Todd Gurley.
He played quarterback.
Oh,
Sam Bradford.
Bingo.
damn.
Sam Bradford.
Oklahoma.
Remember that guy too.
You guys remember Sam Bradford was getting
Red
paid
River
$20
Sea.
million to sit on the bench, like more than his starting quarterback? Like, yeah, that dude fucking finessed the NFL.
He's still in the
He
league, too,
caught
isn't
them
he? Isn't he a
catfish.
backup somewhere?
Sam Bradford, no way. No
He's
way.
a Bucky's mascot. The last I heard.
Maybe. I heard he's the mascot for shoulder surgery at his nearby hospital.
There
That
you
dude
go.
fucking had no arm by the time he left the NFL. All right. Which football player was nicknamed known as the Bus?
Jerome
Jerome
Bettis.
Bettis.
All right, you guys all finally got one. Let's go to who was named MVP for the 2013 season.
What position?
QB.
Peyton Manning.
Kurt Warner.
Trent Dilfer.
Fucking Vinny Testaverde. Fucking no. Peyton Manning was the correct
Was
answer.
Manning,
I
nice.
believe I did hear that. Which football player? I'm sorry. Who was named? You gotta give me that. Who was named the 2012 NFL MVP? This player was not a quarterback.
Sean Alexander.
In the right ballpark.
Julian Edelman.
Adrian Peterson.
AP blew out
Damn.
both his knees the
OBJ.
season before and came back and won the fucking MVP, all while almost breaking the all-time single-season rushing record. However, I believe in that game, he came up just 6 yards short, I believe it was, but that still put the Vikings in a position to kick a field goal to win and get sent to the playoffs, which that right there is probably more of an accomplishment than a fucking record-breaking statistic, right? So let's keep it going. We only have a couple more questions. I don't believe anyone's going to get to 7 answers, so that's okay. I'm going to bring some more questions that aren't as difficult for you. I want to stump you all just to see exactly.
Yeah, I love that too.
I had to find out what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys obviously know your shit, but I wanted to see how tricky I could get with it. You guys are actually all doing pretty good here. But known as the biggest bust, who was selected first in the 2007 NFL Draft?
Brian Lee.
Oh,
Johnny
Ricky
Football
Williams.
Manziel.
Not 2007.
No, he wasn't that long ago.
It was 14.
Ricky Williams.
Biggest bust. 07.
DeMarcus Russell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jamarcus Russell was
Good
drafted
one.
to the then Oakland Raiders, for all you kids out there that don't know.
And when was that?
2007.
What the hell, dude?
The year
Makes me
before
feel
that
old.
was Mario Williams, and everybody thought Reggie Bush would be first. Then Jamarcus Russell. We saw running backs get picked quite a bit, with first overall picks back then. You don't see that anymore. You're definitely not going to see that for quite some time.
No
All right, here we go. The last question. Which NFL team had the most wins in the 2000s decade?
Patriots.
Yeah, I would
Two.
think the same.
I'm gonna
See,
go with
that's Gage, though, right?
The
Colts.
Modown is right. Modown is right. The Colts. The Patriots had the most wins in the 2010 to 2019 decade. But it was the Colts. The Colts had a lot of years where they were going 14-2, 13-3. They won a lot of fucking regular.
And you just couldn't get past Brady in the playoffs.
Yep. I mean, hey, it's sad because those Colts teams were pretty fucking stacked. Obviously, we all know that Peyton Manning did win one with them. But that's going to do it for our first and goal
Manning's a
trivia.
goat.
We're going to go into our next segment here in just a few seconds. But if you guys are just now tuning in your life, you're in the Sit Down, a sports and entertainment podcast right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, presented by Duff's Famous Wings, BuffaloSauceGuy.com, Louis Bar in Attica, Big Tree Inn, and of course, this is available via audio podcast for all you guys out there. Make sure you stay tuned in with us and you keep those notifications turned on so you don't miss the live versions of the sit down or any of the content that we have for you guys out there regarding the Bills, Buffalo, and sports in general as a whole. So we're going to go into the next rally here, and we're going to rally up behind Ramparts hype. And this one's going to get a little away from football for a second because my guy is a hockey guy. Ramparts rally is going to be a segment you guys see on our show. It will have its own sponsor, and it will be something in his own way of getting you guys out there informed, hyped, whatever it may be. Ramparts rally, go ahead, take it away, brother.
I just want to start with one thing, man. R.I.P. Johnny Hockey.
Here,
I mean, talk about a hockey player that had his heart and soul in it, man. I mean, you got guys, they talk about it in the rap songs, Johnny Manziel. Well, listen here. Johnny Hockey, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it just proves to you, man. I mean, this game is what we play for. So, you got to stop taking it all for granted. Jason Kelsey, I know you hear it. And listen, I'm very excited about this season because you guys all know how the pride is here in Buffalo, New York, right? We are always going to get after it. So let's play some hockey. Let's play some football. This is preseason right now. You got a bye week. Josh, I want you to play, man. Listen, if it causes you to play, because people saying right now that, football is rigged and all this other stuff, that's not okay because I think that takes away the love for the game. You have to love the game to be in that disciplinary mindset. I mean, none of the greats have ever not taken it serious. And this calls for you, Doug, because, listen, we've seen a guy like Don go. So we got guys in the building that will take care of things. And I think it just comes down to if you actually really, truly feel like you want it. Because that's the only way you're going to live in Buffalo, New York. It's tough. We have blizzards. It's just one love, one finger, one pinky, one thumb. That's one love, baby. I mean,
Buffalo love, baby. That's what I'm saying. I love it. Ramparts rally right here, and that is gonna do it for that segment here. And Rampart, I appreciate that, man, because obviously, my guy is very much in tune with nothing but positive vibes, and I like what you had to say there, Tyler. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You truly gotta love it. And hold on, let's see if we can get Tyler back in. All right, there we go. Boom. Hey, Tyler, good stuff.
Love you, brother.
First, you guys are going to see the Ramparts rally right here in the sit-down, and that's going to bring us into our next segment of Getting Saucy, presented by Duff and Miss Wings, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and get you guys absolutely hyped up for the Buffalo Bills starting season. So I hope you guys are ready to run through a fucking brick wall, because if I don't get you ready to run through a brick wall, then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Here's the video for Getting Saucy.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Cheers. Ice cold, nice, refreshing Labatt Blue on a fierce storm behind J817.
It's a cold front, is what that is.
I'm fired up this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get you fired up. Bills Mafia, you want to hear me getting saucy this week? It's simple. Mac Jones and the New England Patriots, and also, too, the Miami Dolphins, and anybody that's got anything bad to say. Bills by a billion, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Bills. Another season is upon us, and I'll tell you, I know everybody out there always says it's always just it'll always be next year, right? Well, fucking next year's fucking here, okay? Next year ain't gonna happen because next year is right here. We are in the year. The time is now. You don't get times like this every fucking day. You saw Johnny Hockey and his brother taken as they're getting ready to go to a fucking wedding for their sister. You never know when your last day is. So if you're out there watching this, let me tell you something right now. Now is the time for you as well. It ain't just about the Bills. It's about what you want to do. It's about what you want going forward. And if you want it, go out there and fucking get it. You got something blocking you. You don't know how to do this? Well, go find something. Go find a way to do it, because there's a thing called YouTube nowadays. I fucking fixed my girlfriend's brakes in 10 hours. Took me 10 hours, but I definitely did it. Right? Okay? I'm just saying. There's always a fucking way out there. And I got a little saying that I like to say to myself is that God is good, God is great all the time, but there's no excuses, only solutions. Okay? That means that when you got a problem in front of you, you find a way. Sometimes you got to go over it. Sometimes you got to go around it. Sometimes you got to turn around and go home. There's always an answer, but there's no excuses. And that means Buffalo Bills, I don't want to see drop passes. I want to see tackles. I don't want to see players escaping. I want you guys every single fucking week to bring the havoc and get teams absolutely terrified to fly into Buffalo, and they don't even know if they're going to make it out because the Bills Mafia is ready to rally behind his players. I don't want negativity. I want nothing but positive vibes. Pat Mahomes, fuck that. Patriots, fuck that. Miami Dolphins, fuck that. It's about one thing, Buffalo. It is about Buffalo, one Bills drive right here, ready to go week one. Let's fucking go, Bills Mafia. Let's get right after it. And I'm telling you what, that's me here getting saucy, presented by Duff Smith's Wings right here in the sit down on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Don't forget that medium is hot. You don't have to ask for them extra crispy. Go to the original on Sheridan. I'm telling y'all, you won't fucking regret it. It might be a little pricey, but that's because you're getting fucking plates of gold delivered to you, okay? I'm telling you, you're drunk, go get a chicken wing. You might not be as drunk afterwards. You're going to feel good, go night-night, and then you don't have to have any nose candy. Bada bing, bada boom, you know what I'm saying? All right, you cheat the rules out there. I love every single one of you. Now we're going to play the next video of Bada Bing, which is going to be what is the best thing each one of us heard in the show today.
The Army, where you shoot them a mile away, you got to get them close like this. Bada bing! Bada bing!
All right, so let's start it off here. Kirby, what was the best thing you heard in the show today?
I really like the trivia, personally. The trivia part, we need to stick by it. All right? That's my favorite thing so far. It's a must every show, if you ask me. and I really like the answers. I'm not saying that mine were the favorite, although mine were pretty good as far as guesses. Rampart, I mean, everybody had some great takes.
Yeah, all right. So Mo Down, what do you got for Bada Bing, Bada Boom? What's the best thing you heard in today's show?
Fucking go Bills.
Exactly. Hey, nice and simple. Rampart.
And I like it here on One Sheridan Drive. You know, like he says, you know, medium is hot. Don't fuck around. It's not a game out here.
I'm good. One of their locations is right down the street from me.
We've been
Hold on, boy. Good thing no throwaway game in Rochester.
Hey, it ain't some fucking throwaway game.
Hey, we're fucking ready to stay here in the sit down.
Hey, and the best thing I heard in the show today was when Jason threw in the answer Trent Dilfer. Like, Trent Dilfer is the guy that literally was on the fucking science project team, didn't contribute, but he got himself a nice A+ to go fucking get himself catapulted into fucking Harvard, and then he drops out 2 weeks later. Appreciate you all very much for your likes and shares. That is going to conclude it for us here on Friday night in the Sit Down, a sports entertainment show hosted by myself, the Sauce Guy, Ramparts Hockey, and also our guy Mo Down, and also Kirby, and produced by my guy backstage, 12 Gauge on the stage with no rage, but he's going to contain. And of course, I'd like to thank my girlfriend for the voiceover on the Sit Down introduction video, and I'd like to thank local recording artist Mark Lee out of Buffalo, who has actually recently called retirement to his music career, and he's going to focus on God and his family. Congrats to you, brother. That is the official song of the Sit Down, known as Sauce. Check him out and show some support to your local recording artists. I want to say to everybody else, our sponsors, Duff's, Big Tree Inn, Louis, and of course the Zuba 716 store, where you can get yourself some sports memorabilia, trading cards, and much, much more. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, Buffalo in general, you need to stop down to the Zuba 716 in Depew, where my guy Mo Down is broadcasting live from right here in the Sit Down, a sports entertainment show. We love every single one of you out there. Next, we have one fucking more Sunday until NFL football is officially commenced. Well, we have obviously
1 week and we got games. That's it. One more week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have college football on tonight. We have baseball still on as well, but we are that much closer to Buffalo Bills football starting off. Everybody out there, God bless every single one of you. Have a great and safe Labor Day weekend. And as always, Ichi Druos.